Welcome to another quick review from Ultimate DIY. Do you love your cold brew? I love cold brews. I drink more of that than I do regular hot coffee. But it can be relatively expensive if you have to keep running to the coffee store to buy your cold brew. So why not brew it at home? And I'm going to show you how I actually do a cold brew at home where I save that extra money and I save all that time having to run back and forth and just do it myself. So let's take a look at this. This is a mason jar system. These are going to come in a 32 ounce and a 64 ounce jar. And it works relatively simple. All you're going to need is some water and some ground coffee. Now I'm using some of the Starbucks ground coffee here. You can use whatever ground coffee that you actually like. You open it up. You're going to twist off the top of this, and this is the strainer with the screen that actually screens the coffee. You're going to take and you're going to pour some of your coffee in. Now I'm only going to do a little bit here because I really don't need this whole thing right now. But let me give you a bit of advice. If you're making these, they're going to tell you to fill it up all the time to the top. Well, that uses a lot of coffee. That itself can become expensive, and on top of it, it's going to make the coffee very strong. So I like to go about halfway, and that makes my coffee not too bad. And I'll mix in some heavy cream or something like that, which will give it, a little bit softer taste, and then I will use some type of a little sweetener, whether it's stevia or some other sugar-free type of sweetener. That's what I like to use. So you can use whatever you like, if it's sugar or what have you, if you want half and half or you want whole cream. Take and put this back in the top now, and before you put the lid on, you are going to take and pour the water in. And it's pretty easy because this is a very wide top. Some of these have little screens on the top. This one does not, but you're just going to fill it up. And what it's going to do is it's going to work its way through that coffee and filter into the actual water. Now the lid that comes with these have a rubber little sealer grommet around it so that it'll seal and not allow the coffee to get out and into your actual water on this side, which is real important. And then you just twist these on just like that, lock it into place. Now what I like to do is I'll shake it a little bit, kind of get that coffee started. Now you don't have to do a whole lot of that. What you're going to do is you're going to take and put it in the refrigerator. This is what I usually do, but you could probably get away with setting this on the counter. It isn't going to hurt anything, and just let it seep throughout the night. The very next day I'll get up in the morning, I'll use my little cups, I'll fill it up with my half and half or my heavy cream, fill it up with a sweetener of choice, pour this out because it has the actual lid that will pop open right here, pour it directly in there, and then go ahead and wash everything out and set it out to dry so it'll be ready for the next day. But I will put a little ice in, put the lid, I'll put my sleeve on it just like that, and I am ready to rock and roll, and I'm out the door extremely quick and without that extra expense of having to run to a coffee store. So you can see it's starting to change color here a little. By morning this will be very, very dark. Do yourself a favor, pick yourself up one of these today. I don't think you'll regret it, and we'll see you guys on the next review.